Yeah. So I'm especially curious because Halcyon stands out to me as a brand that does not fit in with the other. Every brand has to begin with Psy or end with, some other crazy acronym. And there's just like
Yeah.
this templated security. You could go into Canva and type in security, and you're going to find all the most common design illustration. Too much dark mode, too enterprise looking. But there is a completely different vibe with Halcyon, right?
Yeah.
And is that your will being imposed on the brand, or is that a culture that was already there that you just helped bring to life, would you say?
All the above.
There you go.
Yeah, it's both. It's really both because the co-founders wanted to use this name and I knew what it meant and I knew its origin. And its origin comes from a very fond movie in the tech scene called Hackers. And in that movie with Angelina Jolie and a couple other very big stars, it was kind of a cult classic in the tech world. But there was a song on there by a band called Orbital. This is kind of like the early 90s, mid 90s. I think it was in like 94. Um, Orbital had this song called Halcyon On and On. And it's like the title scene intro. It's like a 7-minute long song, but it's all about like serenity, right? And the word Halcyon talks about like that peacefulness and that serendipity of like a time past that's gone past. It's reminiscent of, you know, things that were easier. And I'm like, man, that's that's half the battle with some of these buyers, right? And so when the CEO and the CTO, the co-founders, they came to my boss, Ryan Golden, shout out. He was like, we want to use this name and here's why. And I was like, that's beautiful. Like, I love this. I was like, okay, I'm all in on that. And then it was like, and we also want to take a completely different approach. I'm like, now you're speaking my language. Like in high school art classes, I used to go around when everybody would start the projects and I would see what everybody's doing. I would do the opposite. And every time my art teacher's like, why is your project so different? I'm like, well, here's my idea. Here's why I did it this way.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, all right.
So is that a little bit of Aaron that we're picking up on, a little bit of a contrarian,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
Always.
Go against the grain.
Yeah. I'm always trying to understand things and unpack things. I'm highly curious. And so I'm always trying to like prod questions. And some people will take it and they might get offended. But at the end of the day, I'm like playing devil's advocate because I'm trying to understand, I'm trying to get the core, right?
If you're not offending anyone or you're getting some, crazy comments, you maybe aren't leaning into what you should be enough.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I want to understand the human element. And so like being contrarian or doing something that stands out, you get more attention. You get people to lean in and then they're able to have a conversation with you, right?
But the beautiful thing about Halcyon is it isn't just like a ruse. It isn't like, oh, we're gonna look chill and have this general vibe and then be overly corporate,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's through and through.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the DNA, which is a beautiful part of it. Like I love that the founders have stayed true to that. And even as we've scaled and grown and all the successes and failures and turbulence we've had, they've always maintained their cool.